Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going deep, really deep into breathing.
Oh, yeah.
And how it affects our health and wellness.
Right.
We're using the InflowFit method as our guide for this deep dive.
Awesome.
So by the end of this, you'll know how to improve your breathing.
Okay.
And you'll see breathing in a whole new light. So get ready for some surprising facts about breathing and how it connects to weight loss,
Okay.
energy, and so much more.
Sounds good.
So we all breathe, right?
Yeah. Obviously.
It's automatic. We do it all day, every day. But are we doing it well?
Good question.
Because this book says that most of the fat we lose,
Yeah.
we actually breathe it out as carbon dioxide.
That's right. It's true. The research backs it up.
Really?
Yeah. A team in Australia, they figured out that
Wow.
when we lose weight, a big chunk of that fat,
Okay.
it actually leaves our bodies through our lungs
Interesting.
as we exhale CO2.
So is that like the more fat our bodies break down, the
Mhm.
more CO2 we breathe out?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's wild. So what does that mean for weight loss then?
Well, it means that breathing is a big part of how our bodies get rid of waste from fat.
Okay.
It's not just about how many calories we eat and burn.
Right.
It's also about how our bodies use oxygen and get rid of CO2.
So it's not just about hitting the gym.
Exactly.
It's about how we breathe during a workout and even when we're not working out.
Yeah, totally.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
So our modern lifestyle, with all the sitting and being inside,
Right.
does that affect how well we breathe?
Oh, absolutely. Think about our ancestors. They were always on the move.
Yeah.
Outside, breathing in fresh air, but we're mostly sitting stuck indoors.
Yeah.
And that can lead to us taking short, shallow breaths.
So we're not breathing as deeply as we could be.
Right. And some people even start breathing through their mouths.
Speaking of breathing through your mouth, the book says that's actually bad for us.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about not using your nose.
Right. When you breathe through your nose, the air gets filtered.
Yeah. It's warmed up and moistened, which is good for our lungs. It also helps our bodies produce nitric oxide, which is good for our blood vessels and our hearts.
Wow. So mouth breathing skips all that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that makes us more likely to get sick.
Right, exactly.
It makes you think twice about those times you catch yourself mouth breathing.
For sure.
Now, here's something interesting. The book says there's a link
Okay.
between not breathing well and craving processed foods.
Interesting. Tell me more.
It says that when we breathe shallowly,
Yeah.
our bodies basically freak out a little,
Okay.
and that makes us crave sugary, processed stuff, which then makes us breathe even more shallowly.
It's a vicious cycle.
Exactly, a vicious cycle.
Wow.
So how do we break free from this bad breathing cycle?
Well, the good news is that we can retrain ourselves to breathe better.
Okay.
And this book outlines some specific
Well,
techniques.
Breathing techniques, I like it. Can we get into those now?
Yeah, let's dive
I'm
in.
really curious. Okay, so the InflowFit method focuses on three main techniques.
Okay.
There's coffee breathing for energy,
Okay.
water breathing for calm and balance,
Yeah.
and then there's whiskey breathing to help you relax and sleep.
I love those names. Coffee, water, and whiskey.
Yeah, they're catchy.
So let's start with coffee breathing.
Sure.
What's the technique and what does it do?
Okay, so coffee breathing is all about giving your body and mind a boost.
Like a shot of espresso.
Exactly. Perfect for mornings or before a workout.
I like it. And how does it work?
It's actually pretty simple. You sit up straight.
Okay.
So you take a deep breath, and then you focus on sharp, forceful exhales through your nose, and you want to engage those abs.
Like you're blowing out a candle.
Exactly. And then you just let yourself breathe in naturally.
So it's the forceful exhale that gives you energy.
Yep. It stimulates your sympathetic nervous system.
So it's not about taking huge breaths in.
No,
It's about those powerful exhales.
exactly.
Interesting. Okay, what about water breathing?
All right. So water breathing is like the opposite of coffee breathing.
Okay.
It's smooth and rhythmic, all about finding that calm, balanced feeling.
Sounds nice.
It involves taking slow, gentle breaths in through your nose
Okay.
and then holding your breath for just a moment
Mm.
and then exhaling slowly for the same count.
So it's all about creating that balance between the inhale and exhale.
Exactly.
And that helps us relax.
Yeah, it helps to regulate your nervous system,
Okay.
calming down that fight or flight response.
Yeah.
You can do this anytime you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
I'm already feeling more relaxed just thinking about it.
That's a great technique.
And lastly, we have whiskey breathing,
Yes.
the one for relaxing and getting ready for sleep.
Exactly. And it's named that because it has those sleep-inducing effects.
Okay.
You take deep breaths in through your nose,
Okay.
hold it, and then let out a long, slow exhale through your mouth.
And that helps us sleep because
That long exhale, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is all about rest and digest, slowing down your heart rate, getting your body ready to sleep.
Like a lullaby for your nervous system.
Exactly.
Wow. I'm already feeling sleepy just hearing you describe it.
It's powerful.
This is incredible. We've only just scratched the surface of breathing.
I know, right?
And I'm already amazed by how much it can do.
There's so much more to learn.
Well, I'm hooked. When we come back, we'll explore how breathing affects our brains, so stay tuned.
Wait.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we took a break, we were talking about those breathing techniques.
Right.
Coffee, water, and whiskey.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing how just changing how we breathe
Mm-hmm.
can make such a difference in our energy and even how well we sleep.
Oh, yeah. It's like unlocking this hidden power within us.
Exactly. And speaking of science,
Okay.
what does the inflow fit method say about how breathing affects our brains?
Oh, it's a huge connection.
Is it?
Our brains use up a ton of energy,
Okay.
and they need a lot of oxygen to function.
So if we're not breathing well, our brains aren't getting what they need.
Pretty much. That's a little worrying.
It is, and it's not just about how much oxygen.
Okay.
It's also about the rhythm and quality of our breathing.
Really?
Yeah, certain breathing patterns can stimulate different parts of the brain.
So we can use our breath to control our brains.
In a way, yeah, it can affect our thinking, our emotions, even how we respond to stress.
That's incredible, so we can actually target specific brain functions.
You can. The inflow fit method talks about alternate nostril breathing,
Okay.
or Nadi Shodhana. It's an ancient yoga practice that's been used to balance the two sides of the brain.
Oh, wow. That sounds really interesting. How do we do it?
So you sit comfortably, left hand in your lap,
Okay.
right hand comes up, thumb near your right nostril, ring finger near your left.
Got it.
Gently close your right nostril with your thumb and inhale deeply through your left. At the top of the inhale, close the left nostril, release the right, and exhale through the right nostril.
So we're switching back and forth between nostrils. Yeah, each nostril is connected to a different energy channel in the body. By alternating, we balance those energies, which helps calm our nervous system.
So it's like hitting the reset button for our brain.
Yeah, exactly.
How often should we do this?
Anytime you need a mental boost before studying or even to relax before bed.
It's amazing that we can control our brains with just our breath.
It is, and it's something we often overlook.
Absolutely. Before the break, we talked about those 3 breathing techniques.
Coffee, water, and whiskey, right?
Yep. I think our listeners would really benefit from a more detailed walkthrough of each one.
Sure. Let's start with coffee breathing, the one for energy.
Perfect. I'm ready for my virtual cup of coffee. How do we do it?
All right, so you want to sit comfortably, making sure your spine is straight so you can breathe deeply.
Okay.
And you're going to focus on your exhales. That's the key here.
Okay.
Take a sharp, forceful exhale through your nose, like you're blowing out a candle. You want to engage those abs.
Almost like a mini ab workout.
Exactly. And then for the inhale, just relax and let the air come in naturally.
So powerful exhales, natural inhales.
Yep, that's it.
How many should we do?
I'd say start with 10, 15 and see how you feel. You might get a little lightheaded at first,
Okay.
which is totally normal. Just take a break if you need to.
Got it. So coffee breathing isn't just for mornings?
No, you could do it anytime you need a boost, before a meeting, a workout, even to beat that afternoon slump.
That's great to know. Okay, now let's move on to water breathing.
All right, so for this one, we're slowing things down,
Mm-hmm.
creating a smooth, rhythmic breath like water flowing.
I liked it.
So find a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes if you want,
Okay.
and breathe in slowly and gently through your nose for a count of 4. Imagine a wave rising and filling your lungs.
Inhale for 4, visualizing that wave. Yeah, very calming.
Now hold your breath gently for a count of 1 or 2,
Holding.
and then exhale slowly through your nose for another count of 4. Imagine that wave gently receding.
Exhale for 4. I can already feel my shoulders relaxing.
That's the power of water breathing. It calms down your nervous system and brings you back to balance.
It's like a mini vacation for your mind.
Exactly.
How long should we do this for?
Aim for at least 5 minutes, about 10 rounds. You can do this anytime, whenever you feel stressed or just need a moment of peace.
I'm definitely going to start doing this regularly. Okay, and finally, whiskey breathing for sleep.
Yes, this one's all about activating that rest and digest system, slowing down your heart rate.
Okay,
So lie down comfortably on your back or side.
got it.
Put one hand on your belly, just below your rib cage, so you can feel your diaphragm moving.
Hand on belly, check.
Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your belly rise.
Okay.
Hold your breath gently for another count of 4.
Holding.
And then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Feel your belly sinking back down.
That exhale feels so good.
It's all about slowing down and relaxing.
I'm already getting sleepy.
That's the idea.
How many rounds should we do before bed?
Start with 5, 10, and see how you feel. You could even do this if you wake up during the night.
This is going to be so helpful. I've always struggled with sleep.
And remember, the key is to practice these techniques regularly.
Okay.
The more you do them, the more natural they'll become.
Like training our lungs to work better.
Exactly.
This is incredible. It's like we've had this secret weapon all along.
I know, right? Our own breath.
I can't wait to keep learning more about breath work.
And remember, the InflowFit method is just one resource. There's a whole world of breathing techniques out there.
That's exciting.
It is. This is just the beginning of your journey.
We're back, and we've been learning so much from the InflowFit method.
It really is amazing how much there is to know about something as basic as breathing.
It is, right. We do it all the time without even thinking.
Exactly.
Before the break, we were talking about those 3 main breathing techniques.
Right. Coffee, water, and whiskey.
I'm curious, are there times when one technique would be better than the others?
Well, personal preference definitely matters, but yeah,
Okay.
certain situations might call for a specific technique.
Like you probably wouldn't use whiskey breathing before giving a presentation.
Exactly. You'd probably want something more energizing like coffee breathing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's about knowing what each technique does and using them strategically.
So we can become more aware breathers.
Yeah, the more we understand our breath, the better we can use it to improve our lives.
It's pretty cool how much control we have over how we feel just by changing our breathing.
It is, right. Like a built-in tool for managing our energy and even our emotions.
And the InflowFit method really emphasizes that.
It does. It's not just some mystical thing. It's a practical way to feel better.
It reminds us that we don't always need outside solutions.
Right.
Sometimes the answers are already inside us.
In our own breath.
Exactly, and it's always there for us.
Always available, no special equipment needed,
We just have to pay attention.
and become aware of how our breath affects us.
So, as we wrap up, what's the one thing you hope listeners take away from this?
Don't underestimate the power of your breath.
Okay.
It can energize you, calm you down, even heal you. It connects your body and mind.
That's a great way to put it. It's like a gateway to knowing ourselves better.
Well said. I think that's a perfect place to end.
Yeah.
We've explored the science, the techniques, and the potential.
Now it's up to each listener to explore their own breath.
And discover what works for them.
Exactly.
Thanks for being with us on this deep dive into breathing.
It was my pleasure.
And until next time, keep breathing, everyone.